Raw Powers. I was in the group from 2005 to 2008. When they were deciding the supergroups, they said we need to split those years into two so that he can be in every song possible because he's instrumental musically. So, yeah, that's it. So we have reached the phase in Hyannis sound history. I can say this as a history teacher who makes things up and kids write it because it's going to be on the test. But we reached the phase of Hyannis sound history where the group had been around for so long that they were starting to attract regular fans who thought, hey, maybe someday I could be in that group, and I was one of those. I grew up in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and I have spent my whole life, scrapping my way around saying, no, like Plymouth is part of the Cape, it's on the placement. People say no and you fight. But so I'm from the other side of Cape, and I grew up. I did student council. I did student council in high school, and we have this annual conference at the Resort and Conference Center Hyannis. And in 1998, the guys in the group at the time came down to perform for that. So they performed in front of like 1,100 screaming high school kids, and they were like, "Oh, if you want to see a full set, we're going to do one upstairs. So come check it out." And I was like, "Oh my God, like I would love to do that someday. That is a dream of mine." But instead of going to their show upstairs, I went to the dance because I was in 9th grade and I thought I might kiss a girl. Subsequently, I didn't. I regret not going to the show. So I remember seeing the group there, and then they came to our high school for a fundraiser show, and I just came down to the Cape all the time to see the shows. Those anybody go to those shows in the basement of that church in Hyannis? So much condensation. And it was, it was like, oh man, I get there early, and then I was like, well, I can't sit in the front row because that would be weird, so I'll sit in the second row, and memorized all the parts. I remember one time they did a show at the gazebo at Mattakey's Middle School, or the old one, and I went backstage after, like, hey, what's up, guys? And they were like, oh, hey, man. Like, they were definitely treating me like I was that kid that, he's nice, but keep him at arm's length. And, they're like, oh, how does it sound? And I was like, good. Could you use some extra tea, too? Check it out, though. And I'm sure they took my advice. We created a group in my high school called The Guys. We were trying to work our way up the Plymouth street singing a cappella circuit, thinking, maybe this is my way into this group. And we couldn't figure out how to split the 750 we got street singing. I don't know. But we ended up creating a CD of that group. It was not good. But I gave Mark Manley a copy. I'm like, hey, if you guys want a copy of our CD, you don't even have to pay for it. For all of these reasons and more, I worked at, that movie theater off Exit 9 in Dennis? I worked there for a couple summers, and they all came in to see a movie once, and I was like, oh, guys, what's up? And it was cool. I think it was like Jurassic World, I don't know. Actually, I'll never forget, side note, that was the same night. This was a terrible job. I'm like, I gotta get in Hyannis sound because I can't work here anymore. There was a kid who got his arm stuck in the cup holder that night, too. So, I didn't even get to say bye to them when they left because I was trying to help that kid get his arm out. Turns out imitational butter flavor topping is an excellent tool in that situation. So I auditioned for this group 3 times, and I know that Jordan shared that story that he's so appreciative, he's a 3-timer club. And the first 2 were just terrible. I went in there and I was like, the first time, and that was it. And then the second time I went in, I'm like, I gotta do something cooler because these guys are so cool. So it was 2004. I'm like, I'll sing Sunday Morning by Maroon 5, down an octave and a half. What's the worst thing? And then I wasn't going to audition the 3rd time, but Brian O'Shaughnessy, who also was in the group, and my best man, my wedding, we went to college together, and he was like, hey man, you got to come with me because I'm going to try out. And I'm like, all right, I'll try one more time. And it was awesome. That 3rd time I went in there, and they were like, yeah, cool, we can hold the tune, but can you break dance? I was like, I can do the worm, does that work? And we're like, yeah, sure. So, no, it's the second half of the show, don't ruin it. Anyways, so I ended up getting in the group. It took 3 tries. It took being that great. reason I want to be in that group is because it looks fun and it's cool. What I could never understand before I got into this group, that I was also like changing the entire trajectory of my life. That the job I got, the first teaching job I got out of college was through this group. That the idea that I had 5 tables at my wedding last summer, Hyannis sound folks, you know, like it was like, this is family. So, if you're out there and you're like, yo, I don't have any friends, but I'm in high school and I like to sing, like, this could be you in like 25 years.